comes to being a good coach at any level, high school, Pee Wee, Pop Warner, NFL, it comes down to a few things. It comes to you got to be a good motivator, right? That's one. Got to be able to motivate people. I think about Brandon Staley, this conversation that we've had about him. I played for Brandon Staley, right? He makes me believe things I don't think I could ever do. I think that's what he does with the Chargers, why they're 8-6. He motivates them, number one. Number two, you have to be a good manager, right? Managing people, managing teams. Going back to college, I played, RC was LSU. I was at Texas with Mac Brown, went to national championship. Mac Brown is a great coach because he's a great manager. He's not into the X's and the O's, no, but he passes that on to his coordinators, to his coaches. He manages them well and manages his team and his emotions and the emotions of his team. And then lastly, you have to be a good decision maker as a head coach. Going back to Bill Belichick, who we all love. Bill Belichick made a great decision a few weeks ago when he played the Bills to only pass the ball 3 times, right? I'm going to run the ball, bad weather, running attack, finding a way to win. Those are great decisions. Motivating, managing, and making decisions. Urban Meyer has failed on all 3 accounts. Talk about motivating. I don't think that kicking your kicker in Josh Lambo is very motivating if you are a player on that team, number one. Number two, let's talk about managing. I don't think that hiring a coach from college with Iowa who has a bad rap and having him coming onto your team is good management. And even going to player management too. Having James Robinson not on the field and Trevor Lawrence saying, hey, we need our best players on the field, and you saying I didn't know anything about it, that's not good management. And then lastly, coming to decision making. Urban Meyer has proven by not flying back with his team after they played in Ohio and he stayed there, his team went back. Then you all saw what he did at the club with the young lady. That's bad decision making. Mm-hmm. And so in order for you to be a good coach, you have to be able to lead well, lead people well, lead teams well, lead organizations well. What we have seen over the last several months is that Urban Meyer cannot even lead himself well.
Yeah, RC, let me just say something really quickly, because Tim Tebow is normally with us every Friday, and I want to make it very clear to the audience. We know that he played under Urban Meyer, and they're very close. He did not take today off. He was never scheduled to be on our show this Friday based on the college football schedule. So I just want to make that clear. And now I want to bring you into this conversation. I just want to say one thing, Ryan. I don't know if it's the cynic in me, but I believe he will coach again.
Yeah, I believe he will coach if he wants to coach. It's going to be upon Urban Meyer's desires or whether or not he coaches. We've seen people like Bobby Petrino. And listen, let's just be real about this. It's not that schools are looking or teams are looking for the best human to be their coach. They're looking for someone who they feel like can win football games. And Urban Meyer, at least on the college level, has shown that he can win football games. And you listen to Acho kind of run down some of the characteristics he feels that good coaches need to have. None of those characteristics were displayed by Urban Meyer as a professional coach, whether it was the hiring of Chris Doyle, or if it was even bringing in a friend like Tim Tebow to give him an opportunity when there were other people on that team that were trying to get a chance and trying to win football games. And then you look at the things that were leaked throughout the season that were going on in Jacksonville, it was neither Urban Meyer's actions, it was not Urban Meyer's words or Urban Meyer's leadership that you could follow in that place and actually win. That place was total chaos because there was chaos at the top. They had a man who had no idea how to lead adult men. I said that when he got the job, I thought it was a bad decision. And every decision and action that he made after that allowed me to see that he wasn't the person that was supposed to be there. He never should have been hired for this job, and he should have been fired far before he was. The reason this starts to come out and the reason this is important is because Trevor Lawrence may not only be the most important draft pick in the history of the Jacksonville Jaguars, he may be the most important draft pick in the history of the NFL. This was a guy that was said to be can't miss. He was dubbed in the 8th grade as the golden boy of football. And for him to not progress, for him to have to come out publicly and say what things are going on, for him to be a young dude who seems to be everything you want in an all-American quarterback. Married at a young age, married his sweetheart who he's been with for a ton of time, did everything he was supposed to do at Clemson on and off the field, a Christian, all the things we've loved about many of the people that we have worshiped as an outside fan base. That's who Trevor Lawrence is. And to see that becoming something that wasn't progressing, to see him seemingly being ruined as a rookie, The NFL wasn't going to stand for that. But believe you me, if Shad Khan wasn't forced to fire Urban Meyer, he would not have. And that's why the cynic in you is correct. If Urban Meyer wants to coach, he will.
Sam, before you jump in, RC, I have to go back to something you said because it's very strong. Why the most important draft pick ever?
Because what Trevor Lawrence signifies for this league is that when they feel you are perfection, when you are dubbed as perfection, when there is no doubt that you belong, when there is no doubt that you're going to be a future Hall of Famer, you can't be ruined. The NFL can't allow you to not be a star. You're already in Jacksonville, which is a small market. They have to make people know that you can be in a small market and be drafted by a small market team and still be one of the bigger stars in the world, not just in football, but in the world. They have to know that you can go to a team that hasn't been winning and make that team a winner. They want to give the look of parity in this league. They want to give the look that as long as you wear a helmet that has the NFL logo on it somewhere, that you can achieve. That wasn't being shown. Trevor Lawrence was supposed to dispel anything that we've ever heard about becoming a star and being successful in a small market in a bad place. Urban Meyer was not going to allow that to happen.
Now, RC, you're making some really, really great points, especially when it comes to how this whole thing went down, how all the things were, the news was leaked and the reports were being filed. When I saw the report, I saw a couple of them, but the last report about him kicking Josh Lambo, then Lambo came out and said, hey, yeah, he kicked me. He literally told everybody what happened. I said, oh, this dude is gone. Like, this dude has got to be gone. Urban Meyer is gone. Despite everything else that had happened. There's so much happened. I was like, man, they're going to keep him. Oh, with the girl, they're going to keep him. Oh, with hiring Chris Doyle, they're going to keep him. Oh, they're going to keep. And then with that, I was like, man, it seems like there's a story that's being told. And to RC's point, it's kind of true, right? You cannot have your star franchise leader, not only for his team, but supposed to be a face of the NFL, come in and just have this dark cloud over him.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.